MagicCon Las Vegas, and welcome to the Manor Stage for today's main event, the Cosplay Contest. Who's excited?
We have so many talented cosplayers that are going to be walking across the stage tonight. I am so excited for everyone to see these cosplays.
I can't wait. There are a lot of nerves backstage, but there's also some incredible ensembles that have been put together for your viewing pleasure. All of them, of course, judged by the ever-vigilant panel of judges that we have here overseeing the cosplay contest. First and foremost, Anna Margaret, she's one of the judges, but
Hello.
joining her as well, we have Lauren Bond and Peachy Pop, who'll be joining us on stage. A big round of applause for our three judges here, this inestimable panel. You go ahead.
No, good. We just had the special privilege of getting to look at all of these cosplays a little bit early during prejudging this morning, and they were incredible.
And we have positions in pride of place for you two down there.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, indeed. You'll be keeping a close eye on the cosplayers as they strut their stuff across the stage, and we'll be making final determinations on three different categories of cosplay. We've got a beginner, journeyman, and expert level prize to give, and then we also have best in show and the runner-up best in show as well. And yeah.
Cosplay's a little bit like a bunch of hobbies dressed in a trench coat. And because when you're working on a cosplay, not only are you using a reference from an iconic Magic card to design a costume, you also might have to do some sewing, some foam work. You might be making props. Maybe you're doing some wig styling. And then we're also asking all of these contestants to do a little bit of public speaking here on the stage in front of this enormous crowd. And so we're going to need all of your help when these cosplayers come on stage. I'm going to need you guys to cheer as loud as you can. Do you think you can help me with that? Yeah? Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, it takes an enormous amount of confidence, and we were all looking for a lot of things with these cosplayers. Do you want to take a second and say something you were looking for during prejudging?
Yeah, so my background is in sewing, so I definitely look a lot at the seam finishing, the materials choices that they made, and I'm also one of the Wizards of the Coast creative team, so I'm looking at the interpretation that they did based often on very limited references.
Magic cards never show the back of costumes. I don't know why. Like, what's happening?
You just have to walk like this as a cosplayer.
Yeah,
like a crab across the stage.
You just have to kind of guess.
Hi, I'm Peachy. As for me, I was really looking for lots of armor and props. I love big props, big shiny armor. I'm a real sucker for a big shiny light up sword and all of that stuff. So I was looking at, foam finishing and Warbler and all of this type of thing. All these big, giant, larger than life props and armor. And I am so excited to show all of you guys all of the amazing stuff that has turned out today.
Okay, yes.
Well, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's go. We have some tough decisions.
Yes, we do, as our two judges are dismissed from the stage to settle in. But you get the prime viewing position right up here with me, Anna Margaret, and I'm so happy to have you. My friends, we're going to kick things off. Let's get underway with our very first contestant here. This is once again in the novice category, three categories, novice, journeyman, and expert. Kicking things off, please, a big Las Vegas MagicCon warm welcome to our opening contestant here. It is Evan, playing the infamous Cruel Claw from Bloomborough. very menacing.
Incredible. Now, I had the chance to see this a little bit earlier, but you told me that kind of like this iconic character, you have a background in fencing, is that right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and so was that some of the inspiration for this cosplay?
Yes, and my nephew chose it.
Nephews, they make great decisions.
Right. Yep. Okay. Well, it seems like a natural fit for a fencer to take the role of this character here. Well done. Once again, a big round of applause. Evan as the infamous Cruel Claw.
Do one last spin.
Watch out, it'll get you.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was actually, I've never been approached by, a 190 centimeter weasel before.
I haven't either.
That was really something. All right, we move on now to our next contestant. Once again, in the novice category, please welcome to the stage, also from Bloomborough, it's Aislinn as Miss Bumbleflower.
You look absolutely incredible. Now, there's so many details in this cosplay. I don't know if from the audience you can see the hand stitch embroidery, but there's one piece that I think would be, that I'd love to have them hear about. Can you tell us a little bit about your cloak?
Absolutely. So while I do not have a lot of experience in garments, I do know a lot about quilting. So I used a lot of that information that I had learned to form this very comfortable and very warm quilted cloak.
Very
It's
warm.
functional and stunning. One more big round of applause.
I bet wearing a very big, warm, quilt-like cloak is just perfect in Las
Perfect for
Vegas.
Las
At
Vegas.
this time of year, exactly. Well done to Aislinn. We'll move on now to our next contestant, once again staying in the Journeyman category. Our, novice category, thank you, Anna Margaret. In the novice category, the latest iteration of a much beloved character here. Please welcome to the stage Phyrexian Hannah as Nissa, World Soul Speaker. There are some fantastic little details that I'm noticing here. The earrings with the forest as well, so you're always equipped with your green mana. But I wanted to ask you, there have been so many different iterations of this character, she's appeared on so many different cards. What was it that drew you to the new Aether Drift version in particular?
So I got the Aether Drift Ambassador, and as soon as I already had planned to be Nissa for the cosplay contest, and as soon as I opened Nissa World Soul Speaker, I was immediately drawn to it. I was diagnosed with heart disease recently, and this chest piece is very symbolic of protecting my heart.
Yes, well, look, mate, all the best to you. Pulled together an absolutely ripper costume. Great big plait down the back as well, like in the card. Fantastic. You love to see it. A big round of applause once again for Phyrexian Hannah.
As Nissa.
As Nissa, yes, indeed. World Soul Speaker from Aether Drift. So you can make your way back off the stage if you're comfortable doing that there. We can move on now to our next contestant here, still in the novice category. Please welcome to the stage from Ravnica. It is Kaya as Prime Speaker Vannifar.
Incredible. There are so many details on this cosplay. I wondered if you wanted to point out to the audience some of the details that you made that made it look a bit like a jellyfish.
Sure. Yeah, putting this together was like putting a puzzle together. It's sort of every piece has a sequence and has to fit within one another. The neck piece was difficult to design. It has to sort of slot into the dress and cloak after they're already on. So that was a fun puzzle to do. And also, the fabric on the dress required a hand-stitched blind hem, which was odd, and I'm glad I picked up a trick from my grandmother to do it. So.
We're just gonna have to add puzzle making as another cosplay skill.
Another hobby
another
to throw
collection.
in there.
Can we have one more huge round of applause
Well done,
for
Kaya.
Kaya?
An incredible showing here as she makes her way off the stage. Oop, the stairs just there we go. All right. Continuing our exploration of this novice category here. I tell you what, I was so excited when Foundations came out. It's the good, honest Magic that I love to play. And there were some really interesting characters that we got to meet. Some of them very notable, some of them world-changing, others a little more humble, a little more everyday. And one of the cards that has made a bit of a splash but features someone that maybe we wouldn't expect to be featured here. It's fantastic to see Cat Commander as the card Drake Hatcher. Look at this, how about that? So I've got to ask here, Cat Commander, this is not a Planeswalker card, this is not a legendary card. What was it about Drake Hatcher, this relatively humble card, that made you go, nah, I've got to get this together?
One, I love playing this card on Arena. It's one of my favorite cards. Two, when I saw the little Drake, I was like, yeah, I want a little dragon on my shoulder.
Sure.
You know, that was it. It automatically was a win. I wanted to bring this creature to life.
Yeah, it offered
Let's show him off to the audience again. Look at this adorable Drake.
and look at that, the mouth was and everything. Oh, wow. It is a joy to see cards like this brought to life. Again, the Planeswalkers, the iconic characters are all fantastic, but sometimes, you know, just a 2-drop can get in there. It's really terrific to see. Well done once again, Cat Commander.
Thank
terrific.
you so much. Let's have one more huge round of applause for Cat Commander.
Really excited to see that brought to life. Well, we've got another sneaky, cheeky little legendary character to bring to the stage here. This one has appeared in a couple of different iterations across a couple of different planes, but recently was picking pockets in Thunder Junction. Please welcome to the stage, Bip Bips as Tiny Bones, the Pickpocket.
Incredible.
Just going to make sure my
just keep an eye.
my lip balm is safe.
Keep an eye on your chopstick.
I'm going to be.
Now there are so many details here on this cosplay, but you mentioned that one of your favorite parts was this incredible hat. Do you want to share a little bit about it with the audience?
Yes, it was the worst thing I could have done in my life.
Oh, but it looks amazing.
Thank you. It was incredibly difficult, but it's all EVA foam. The buttons are handmade with foam clay. The strip is just leather. And the little emblem on the top is also foam.
Amazing work, transforming foam into this hat. Let's have one more huge round of applause for Bip Bips as Tiny Bones.
Just keep an eye on your... Yeah.
And my mic.
Exactly right. All right. Still in the novice category here, we have another very famous, a storied legend in Magic lore here, going back a very, very long way. Represented on a more recent card, though, from the Brothers' War. Please welcome to the stage here at MagicCon Las Vegas, Flutter Priest as Mishra, claimed by Gix.
Now, I know you might be a little newer to cosplay, you mentioned, and it's hard with all these lights here, but will you share with the audience a little bit about the incredible electronics that you included in your Oh no, I'll help. Oh, you got it?
Yes, so what I have on my shoulder here underneath is a personally coded Arduino with a grid LED system. Lots of hours of tweaking, just trying to make sure that I got that flicker just right to look like a fire, and absolutely no AI was used in coding this Arduino.
Wow. You might be completed, but not not that way.
So
one more huge round of applause.
We've got to add coding to the hobbies that cosplayers need to get into as
You're
well.
right. Okay, we got to add coding,
longer
electronics.
and longer and longer. Wow,
it's a collection of skills.
Okie dokes, our next contestant joining us on the stage here, playing one of Zendikar's villains, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on my Zendikar lore, but a pretty villainous looking character in any case.
Stunning.
Stunningly villainous, but villainous nonetheless.
Stunningly villainous.
Please welcome to the stage, Steph as Drana, the last Blood Chief. Oh. Certainly another very intimidating get-up. Can you, are you a fan of this character?
Oh, very much
okay,
so.
So you can clarify the question. Is she a villain? Is she a hero? Where does she come in on that front?
How about a little anti-hero?
Okay.
I'm down with the anti-hero.
I love an anti-hero. Now, would you be willing to share with the audience a little bit about how you made your incredible headpiece here?
Yeah, so originally started with a headband going across the front, started cardboard to build it up, and then we used armature wire to bring it out, aluminum foil, and a bunch of clay, foam clay, painting, sanding, all the dust.
Incredible. You look absolutely radiant. Can we have one more huge round of applause for Steph as Drana?
What an effort, incredible. Well done, Steph. Thank you for joining us, mate. All right. We've had contestants join us from far-flung planes across the multiverse, from Zendikar, from Dominaria, from Bloomburrow and beyond. Our next contestant joins us from post-apocalyptic the United States of America. It's Tyler as Daryl, Hunter of Walkers, from The Walking Dead Secret Lair.
Woo! Thank you for joining us from the universes beyond. Now, during prejudging, we learned that you hid a little secret nod to the mana cost of this card in your cosplay. Would you mind sharing with the audience?
Sure thing, and let me hold you on to the secret layer. If you go on the other side, it says.
Oh, it says don't. No. It says don't dare open inside.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, sorry, dude.
Oh.
On my crossbow, the fins represents the mana cost. It's 4 CMC, two colors, 1 red, 1 green.
Right. Yeah.
And so
Okay.
I
it's a
wanted to
little
show that.
Easter egg.
A little bit
hidden
of
away
a
in the
nod
cosplay.
here
Look
to
at that. That's very clever.
To the mana cost. Let's have one. Oh, no, don't let me keep this.
Oh, you're the pickpocket now.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to be. One
round
more
of applause
huge
for
round of
Tyler.
applause.
All right, a few more novice contestants to get through here as we move on. We've got a bit of a blast from the past here, my friends, going all the way back to the original Zendikar block here. A hero from the world of Zendikar appearing in Rise of the Eldrazi. It's Liz Anya as Linvala, Keeper of Silence.
Well, you look absolutely angelic. Now, I think it's only right to ask about one of the biggest and most striking parts of your cosplay. Can you tell the audience a little bit about how you make your wings open and close?
I have this little back plate that I 3D printed that's designed to, do this when I pull it out. It has a little pulley mechanism, so they extend when I put my arms out. So
And who's incredible! And hey, we said at the beginning, right? We don't know what's on the back of the character. We only see them from the front. Maybe actual Linvala also has a 3D printed mechanism so she can extend her wings as well.
That's a great point.
We don't know. It could be that.
I think that's probably it.
I will not be turning around.
We have to keep the mystery alive. Let's have another huge round of applause for Liz.
Liz Anya, well done.
Beautiful work. She looks like she could just fly off the stage.
Our next contestant joining us on the stage here, we've got a bit of a double act for you all, but we're going to bring them out one at a time. From the plane of Ixalan, please welcome to the stage Joshua as Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. And joining Joshua also from the plane of Ixalan, it's Richie as Breach's Brazen Plunderer. Well, yeah, we can swap sides here, Anna Margaret. Can you have a chat?
So, maybe the only thing more fun than cosplaying is cosplaying with someone you care about. So, would you mind sharing a little bit about how this duo cosplay came about?
So, I am the cosplay girl, and he's the magic man. And I asked him if we could do cosplay, and he's like, all right, but if we do, I get to be Malcolm, and you have to be Breaches. And I said, yeah.
And you did. Will you each do another twirl to show off some of your cosplays? Absolutely
You love to see it.
incredible.
A terrific double act. Come to the front of the stage if you want. Let everyone have a proper look. There we go. Let's hear it one more time for Joshua and Richie here. There we go.
I love it.
All right, terrific. Okie doke. So that concludes our novice category there. Novice, not a very well-named category, I would say, based on the incredible quality of what we saw, but it's more about the experience that these cosplayers have.
So most of these novice cosplayers, this might be their very first cosplay contest. For some of them, it might be their first cosplay they've made ever.
And if that's the case, we've seen some incredible efforts because, yeah, that's a
the talent in
hell
our
of a way to
novice
start,
cosplay.
for sure.
Oh.
But the talent doesn't stop here, my friends, as we move now into the Journeyman category. And we are kicking things off in style, once again heading to the plane of Bloomborough. Will you welcome to the stage, please, Yuana, I should say, as Mabel, heir to Cragflame. First of all, sorry, I just want to apologize for getting your name wrong. The I on the card does look a little bit like, or the J looks a little bit like an I, so I do apologize.
First off, somehow you've managed to look both adorable and menacing. Would you mind sharing what your favorite part of this cosplay is?
I like the crag flame, obviously, because that's her weapon of choice, and I love the shield as well, because she sort of uses what's in nature to help like fit her, like the belt, the cape, the flowers. Yeah.
Well, I think you did a great job of looking both terrifying and adorable. Let's have one more huge round of applause for Juana as Mabel, heir to Crag Flame.
All right, we move on now to our next contestant in the Journeyman category here from the plane of Valheim. Please welcome to the stage Arcane Anura Cosplay as Esika, God of the Tree.
Now, on stage, I get to see this up close. But for those of you in the back, will you please tell them about the incredible handmade embroidery you have on this cosplay?
Yeah, so the tree and everything on the embroidered corset is done by hand. I think it took conservatively about 100 hours, including the stitching on the back, to finish both the tree and Eska's two cats, but they're deer, so it's close.
Absolutely incredible.
There is just a huge amount of detail, the tattoos and the embroidered, the stitching, everything.
And your prop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Esika is the guardian of the tree, and they make the Cosmos Elixir that keeps the Kaldheim gods immortal. So there is a glowing Cosmos Elixir on my side belt to keep us alive forever.
Maybe this is the part we need to, the prop we need to steal.
Yes,
so we can stay alive forever.
It's the coolest thing I've ever made. I will die before I let anyone touch it.
Well.
Oh no. Okay, well, on that note, let's hear it for
Once again, Arcane Anura, thank you very much, mate. The incredible episode.
Esika, God of the Tree.
Esika, God of the Tree, indeed. Alrighty. We move on now to one of the multiverse's greatest villains here. This is a character who has had plots and schemes abounding through for many, many years. I believe currently, from what I remember, locked up in a private like prison realm at this stage. I'm not 100% sure on the story situation of Nicol Bolas, the Deceiver, Underworld Dreams. Please welcome to the stage our next contestant here in the cosplay contest. Underworld Dreams as Nicol Bolas, the Deceiver. Now, there's a little detail at the rear of the cosplay here on the at the back of the head. You can actually see those are the Grixis mana symbols there. Come over here and we can have a chat about that because that's an incredible little detail.
There are so many little Easter eggs you told us about, but specifically, I think Riley's talking about your hair. What did you put in there?
I put the magic symbols, the red and blue and black mana symbols, and because that's what I cost.
Now, you look radiant and are glowing, and you told us the piece that kind of inspired you to make this cosplay. Would you mind sharing kind of how did you come up with such a beautiful interpretation of Nicol Bolas?
I like to do corsets, so I started with this, and then I made it so the back piece could go down into the corset so I don't have the backpack on there. And that's really where everything else fell into place after that.
Incredible.
It's an incredible iteration of one of Magic's greatest villains. Let's hear it once again here for Underworld Dreams as Nicol Bolas, the Deceiver. Taking a brief sojourn away from imprisonment to come and join us here in Las Vegas. Thank you very much. We move on now to our next Journeyman contestant here. We've got a spooky one for you from the House of Horrors, my friends. Joining us from Duskmorn, please welcome to the stage Anon Pencil as Arabella, Abandoned Doll. Oh boy.
It's just so creepy. I love it. It's the spooky cute. Now, you told us something that made that made this cosplay special? What was it that you love having the most of on here?
I have never worn so many bows on my entire body in my life. I feel pretty.
You look pretty too.
Thank you.
And once again, just a very small detail that people may have missed out in the audience. You've got little tattoos on your arms with cracks, like showing that there's like cracks in the porcelain as well. It's a very convincingly creepy cosplay when you're up close. Yes, it's.
Are you feeling a little nervous?
Okay, thank you there. It's just over there. Thank you very much, sir. And on pencil.
As Arabella.
Whew. You know you've done a good job when you're doing the
when
creepy
the
doll to the point. Yeah.
backing
That was really something. Well done, and on pencil, that was really incredible. All right. From villains to heroes now, as we welcome to the stage one of Kamigawa's finest, my friends. Please put your hands together and welcome to the Mana stage here at MagicCon Las Vegas, Momo Cakes as the Wandering Emperor from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
Absolutely amazing. And there are so many details on this cosplay. You mentioned, though, a reason why building this cosplay felt really special. Would you want to share that with the audience?
Oh, yes. So I actually have a Shiba as well. So he's kind of like my Yoshimaru, and also being a Japanese descent as well. Working on this was very cool, learning different techniques like for wrapping the katana as such and sewing the kimono. So it was a very good personal experience, and as well as many firsts for this cosplay, such as the LEDs. So a lot of growth.
Yeah, you might not be able to see from back there in the audience, but she is literally glowing here with beautiful LEDs on the sword, hat, and shoulders.
Look at that, it's come together magnificently. One more time, Momo Cakes as the Wandering Emperor, everybody.
Incredible, thank you.
A few more Journeyman contenders to get through now as we move on to another character from Bloomborough. It's been a favorite of the cosplayers this time around. Joining us from Bloomborough, however, we have another villain, my friends. I think the arch-villain of the set, if I remember correctly. Please welcome to the stage, Luna Carrion cosplay as Maha, Its Feathers Knight.
Now, I know a lot of thought went into the design of how to take an owl and turn it into a beautiful ball gown. Will you share a little bit about how you translated this card into such a beautiful skirt and corset?
Yeah, so Maha is, a calamity beast, and she is both beautiful and terrifying. And so thinking about translating that into like a human design, I wanted to very much do something that was kind of aggressive with the hard lines of the more rigid bodice, but also elegant and beautiful and flowing and large with the big skirt. Yeah, so that was my goal, and I like it a lot.
You definitely pulled it off.
You've executed magnificently. Once again, everyone, Luna Carrion cosplay as Maha swoops from the stage here.
We've had a lot of flying characters.
We have indeed. Yes, and it's a good day to be a reach creature.
Yes.
All right. Another flying creature coming our way here as we head to the wilds of Eldraine. Everybody, please welcome to the stage Sammy as Alela, Cunning Conqueror.
You look absolutely adorable, and you mentioned how you made such beautiful wings. Would you want to share a detail with the audience about how you put them together?
So I created a wing template off of cardboard and then made it with wiring, vinyl, and then cellophane. And then it is attached to a motor, but it's not currently on, but there are hinges, so it does look like my wings flat.
So you're actually flying around the convention hall. Yes.
That'd be something to see. My goodness me. Once again, put your hands together. Sammy as Alela Cunning Conqueror.
You look amazing.
An incredible
Thank
cosplay.
you.
Fantastic. Alrighty. We have one final Journeyman contender to showcase here today in Las Vegas. Joining us from the mean streets of New Capenna. Put your hands together and welcome Lord Mordino as the Beamtown Bullies.
First of all, you look amazing, but I noticed a lot of graffiti or decals all over your beam. Would you mind sharing a project you did this weekend?
Oh, of course. Well, we can't be a set that's themed after Chicago without having some graffiti. So I got my whole community involved, and we got all of the stickers from content creators and cosplayers, and we zhuzhed it up a little bit.
Well, it looks incredible, quite aside from being an occupational health and safety nightmare, bringing an I-beam onto stage, but it looks amazing. You've also, I see, they've got the claw swipes as well along the I-beam too.
Oh, yeah, somebody was trying to bust a union, so we busted them.
Good, I guess.
Very good. Once again, put your hands together. Lord Mordino is the Beamtown Bullies. Wow, wow, wow.
It feels like it should be heavy, but in prejudging, we learned that he did an amazing job making it quite light.
Yes, thankfully. I think probably, if he's flying from Chicago, the old baggage allowance might have gotten in the way of, a several 100-kilogram steel I-beam, I would imagine. In any case, my friends, we move on now to our expert category. That's going to do it for the Journeyman contenders here. So, as we move into the third and final category of cosplayers, we are heading back to Ravnica. My friends, returning to Ravnica now to welcome to the stage our next contestant, our first expert to join us here. Please put your hands together for Ari as Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. That's all right. Look, I've had a fair bit of experience doing these cosplay contests. I know when someone comes out with wings, you stand well clear. Yeah.
Well, you look absolutely incredible. Now, there are so many little details on this cosplay, as well as different techniques you used. Would you mind sharing just a few of the different techniques you used here?
Oh my God, so many. Not just techniques, but materials from foaming PLAs, EVA foam, resins, poplin, lots of textiles, vinyl, the list goes on.
It goes on, but you hid your remote for your wings in a very clever spot too.
Yeah, I stuck it inside the hilt. That's why it's so thick.
No, it's creative.
Very, very cunning indeed.
It's creative.
There we go.
We have one more huge round of applause for Ari as Aurelia.
There we go. Okie dokes. All right.
Incredible.
Don't quite do the crab walk off the stage there. All right.
Incredible.
We're heading to a somewhat obscure set here for a character that is going to be really interesting to see brought to life. I'm not sure how many of you played with the Game Night Free-for-All set, right? But if you did, you may remember a certain zombie giant from this set. Would you please welcome to the stage Cartoon Lord as Vogar Necropolis Tyrant. Out they come. Have a look at this. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to penetrate the depths of this necropolis for an interview, but we'll do our best.
Now, you all from the audience, I'd love to draw your attention to some of the text here on this cosplay. Do you want to share a little bit about what's on these tombstones?
Each one of these is one of the commanders I play against this commander.
So all up here at the top, we have, here lies the remains of Yawgmoth,
Oh, there are gags as well. Rest in peace, Tiamat at 77. Even all of her sisters could not save her from an Oblivion ring.
So many fun Easter eggs and details here on this cosplay.
I want to read all these. This is very, very good. This is an incredible effort. Oh, my goodness.
So much incredible work here. One last thing to point out. You told us one technique that you use to kind of cover some of the pieces here. Do you want to share that?
A surprisingly large amount of this is paper mache.
Paper mache. Amazing work.
All right. Oh, look at this. We've got a tombstone. R.I.P. Mana Burn. It just doesn't end, dude. What an incredible effort. This is amazing. Put your hands together once again. Cartoon Lord as Vogar, Necropolis Tyrants. Wow.
I lifted up the shield earlier, and they're stronger than me. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Holy moly, that was incredible. Alrighty. We move on now to our next contender in the expert category. An old character in several senses. This lady's been around for a long time. She's an old dog, but she knows plenty of tricks, my friends. Please welcome to the stage, Renegade Cosplay as Jaya Ballard.
Now, when looking at this cosplay, your eyes might be immediately drawn to some of the beautiful gold highlights. Would you be willing to share about some of the way you added gold to this cosplay?
Yeah, so all of the gold designs are actually gold leaf that I applied using an acrylic medium. And it took so long.
So long.
So long. I was young when I started.
Now, you also shared in prejudging a reason why this character means so much to you. Do you want to share that with the audience?
Sure, yeah. I am a middle school math teacher. Woo! So everybody loves me. And I really resonate with mentor figures, and I just love watching Jaya mentor Chandra and the other Planeswalkers until, you know, she had her accident.
Well, it's an incredible costume that's come together, and one that actually, as you say, as a former teacher myself, something that really resonates with me as well. So, wow, incredible effort once again. Please put your hands together.
Let's have one
big
more
round of
twirl
applause.
so they
Renegade
can see the
Cosplay.
back. Amazing work.
I tell you what, I don't know. I mean, I taught primary school for many years. I don't know how middle school, high school teachers do it. It's bad enough when they're this big. When they're, oh no, forget it. All right, that's enough of that. We can move on now. Expert category contestant coming to join us up on the stage again. Here we have a pretty good card actually. I know with a background in competitive Magic, I often look at these cards like, yeah, that is. I remember I've beaten people with that card. It's
You
very
wonder
good.
if people are picking their cosplays based on the
how
strength
good
of
the cards are, and if they've done that here, they'd certainly picked a good one because from Theros Beyond Death, it is Sideboard All-Star Clothis, God of Destiny. Please welcome to the stage, Bones of Calavera Cosplay.
Now, there are so many details on this cosplay, but I'd love to draw the audience's attention to this headpiece. Will you tell us a little bit about how you draped fabric?
So this cosplay is very nostalgic for me because it's actually the second cosplay I ever did, but the first cosplay I ever wore to a Magic convention. So these are, before I knew better, these are the foam heads that you get at Michael's that I was able to carve out like details and then able to build everything back up with clay foam. And then for the headpiece, which one, the one that has the band, is it this one? I can't tell anymore. Whichever one has the blindfold on it, I was able to like roll out clay foam into like a very thin piece and try to drape it over it, just like a blindfold over the headpieces. So trying to get foam to work as clay, and that's clay that works to fabric, was interesting, but I think they came out really, really well, and it's one of my favorite pieces.
They definitely came out well. Will you do a little twirl so they can see the side?
Look at that, a very faithful representation of all the details on the card as well. You love to see it. Clothis, God of Destiny, thanks for joining us. There we go.
Yes,
Bones of
absolutely
Calavera cosplay there.
amazing.
Amazing stuff. We move on now to our next expert cosplayer making our way through the ranks here. We're heading all the way back to Battle Bond, a card that has caught on and taken many different forms across many different, taking on different identities from beyond the universe. But we're back to the classic here. From Battle Bond, please welcome to the stage Creative Kitty Studios as Najila, the Blade Blossom.
You might have caught it as Creative Kitty Studios was twirling around, but will you turn around so people can admire all of your hand-stitched embroidery on the back? Do you want to share a little bit about that project?
Oh, goodness. It was an emotional 3 months. There was a lot of life events that happened, and my Najila cosplay kept me grounded through all of it. And their embroidery was a huge part of all of that. I spent about 100 hours in front of my TV watching Bob's Burgers, sewing each individual stitch.
It looks absolutely amazing. As you look here, there are so many different techniques on display, and you look terrifying and beautiful. Just like Najila on the battlefield, probably.
That's right. I'm sure there'll be Najila players out in the audience today. Once again, let's hear it for Creative Kitty Studios, Najila the Blade Blossom. Alrighty, our next contestant here has my personal favorite moniker or name that they're going by. This is really something. Oh my goodness, you're going to enjoy hearing this one. And it's very appropriate based on what their name is, the character that they are appearing as today. From the dreaded plane of Phyrexia, my friends. Put your hands together and welcome Yorg Goth, who is appearing as Crick, son of Yorg Moth. A lot of spikes. A lot of spikes on that one. Holy moly.
Well, and actually, speaking of the spikes, I was so tickled by how you were able to keep all of these spikes safely on your cosplay. How did you do it?
These are wall screws. They're really in there.
You're also braving the Las Vegas heat with a lot of interesting materials. Will you share what you made this out of?
Yeah, so this is made out of foam on the chest, foam clay, which is all covered in liquid latex. So this is real stretchy. Real
warm?
But real warm.
Real warm. Yeah, I bet. Oh my goodness. Well, Yorg Goth, a terrific name. Can I compliment you not only on your cosplay, but also the incredibly fantastic name you've chosen for yourself. Let's put our hands together one more time for Yorg Goth as Crick, son of Yorg Moth. Well, I'm sorry to say that we have only just one cosplay contender remaining. We have come to the end of the line here, but we've got a terrific final contestant to share with you on the stage here. Joining us from Magic Foundations once again, and a bunch of old flavor text on old cards. Please welcome to the stage Van Quig cosplay as Zul Ashur Lichtlords. Now, I've got to ask, when this character finally got a card of their own, Magic nerds, story nerds, Vorthoses around the world rejoiced, because this is a character that had only appeared in flavor text beforehand. Was this a character you were really excited to see in Foundations?
Yeah, I mean, I really was drawn to it because of how intricate and how many weird details it had. And then I tried to look up any smidgen of lore. I got nothing.
No, black hole. Black hole, baby. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I am so tickled by just how many hands you have here. Would you mind sharing not only how many hands are on this cosplay, and whose hands are they based off of?
So I have 18 hands in total. It's a lot of hands. and they're all actually based off me and my victims.
Ooh. Well, maybe we won't go too deep into that, given that this is being recorded and broadcast and will, maybe later be used as evidence against you in a court of law. So we don't need to get into that too deeply, I suppose.
I am the only victim of my cosplay work.
But the painting on them is absolutely incredible. And you said you learned this technique when you were making dolls?
Yeah, so in high school, I got really into doll customization, and there's a technique called body blushing where it's just shaved down chalk pastels that you really push into where you want it to be, and then layer upon layer of that, and then like a matte sealant, and it gets this really kind of like organic blush.
It looks both lifelike and very dead, so you absolutely nailed it.
Well done. Once again, a big round of applause. Vanquish Cosplay wrapping things up here on the stage as our final contestant in the expert category. Well, that's going to do it, Anna Margaret. So I'll let you convene with the other judges and make your final decisions while I have a chat with the audience about what's going to happen next. But I'll let you go down.
We have a tough decision. Would you two like to join me backstage?
All right, let's hear it for our judges one more time as they head backstage to make their decisions. Thank you. And my friends out there in the audience, while our judges are convening and deciding who's going to win these prizes, I'll remind you what's at stake here. We have 5 prizes to give away as part of this cosplay contest. We have a winner for each category. So there'll be a novice winner, there'll be a journeyman winner, and there'll be a winner in the expert category. But then separate to that and completely independent of the categories themselves, there will also be prizes for best in show, so the overall best cosplay as judged by the judges, and then there'll be a runner-up as well. Now, there are cash prizes that are associated with each of these prizes, but much more importantly, I imagine, for the contestants who managed to take out best in show and the runner-up, these 2 cosplayers will go to the Grand Championship at, I believe, the next MagicCon that's going to be held in Atlanta. I think that's when it's taking place. I may be wrong there. But they will get a chance to face off against other champion cosplayers from other events as well. And that's always a very special thing. Usually they're given a special challenge to do that sometimes involves characters that we haven't even yet met. I know that previously we've had Ether Drift characters shown off before the set was even released. So if you are at MagicCon, where the Cosplay Grand Championship takes place, that is must-see viewing. That is an incredible experience to go through. So I do hope to have your company there at the Manor stage when the Grand Championship takes place. But while you're here, I'm going to plug a couple of other things that are taking place right here. Tomorrow, while we're still at MagicCon Las Vegas, we have premium, handcrafted, artisanal nonsense coming your way tomorrow. Our first event here on the Manor stage is a Magic Pentathlon, where 2 teams will be facing off against each other. We've got the Game Nights crew coming up against Loading Ready Run. And they will be taking place, they'll be taking part in a, obviously, pentathlon, a 5-part challenge of different activities, different things they're going to be doing against each other, all Magic related, but none of them actually involve playing Magic. I don't want to spoil what all the events are. I can tell you that they are very, very silly, but I will give you one hint as just to sort of give you an idea of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. One of the events is a relay race, but rather than running or doing anything quite so pedestrian as that, the relay race will be amongst the teams to see who can sleeve a commander deck the fastest. So that's just a taste of what's to come in the Magic Pentathlon. It's going to be a great time if you're a fan of Game Nights, if you're a fan of Loading Ready Run, or conversely, if you really don't like either of those groups of content creators, one of them's going to lose. So you'll get to be here and gloat. That's another option for you there. And finally, wrapping up on the Manor stage tomorrow as well, we have the Pro Tour viewing party. I'll be here. I'll be joined by Andrea Mengucci, Javier Dominguez, maybe Simon Nielsen. We'll see, depending on the results of the Pro Tour. And it's with them that we'll be watching the semi-finals and finally the final of the Pro Tour. It's a great way to round up, to wind down your MagicCon. It's a long and exhausting weekend. And we sit here, we chill, and for anyone who has been to one of these events before, you will know that we give away a lot, like just a lot of stuff, like a lot of just lots and lots of boosties. Mengu goes a little bit mental, goes out in the crowd, throws them around like an Italian Father Christmas. So it's a great time. If tomorrow you're wanting to wind down, take it easy with some of your friends here over at the Manor stage, it really, really would be great to have you. So once again, the Magic Pentathlon, that's going to be kicking off a little bit earlier, later on in the afternoon. I think around 2:30, we'll get stuck in to the viewing party here. Me, Mengu, Harvey, maybe Simon Nilsson, if we're lucky. We'll see how we go. So I'm waiting for confirmation here that the judges have made their decisions. Once they have, they'll be coming on stage, as indeed will all of our cosplayers. Some of them will be sticking around for photos as well afterwards. Obviously, these are incredibly detailed cosplays that these people have put together. So I don't need to tell you, make sure you're respectful when you're around them, taking photos with them if they're going to let you do that sort of thing. Because obviously, look, we heard from the horse's mouth, hundreds of hours have gone into these things. So make sure that you're showing an appropriate level of respect for the art that these people have brought to share with us today. But it looks like we are getting ready here to get stuck in. I'm getting the thumbs up. I think the stage lights are very bright. So let's welcome back all of our cosplay contenders here. Put your hands together as the contestants make their way back out on stage. We'll get them to line the back of the stage here. It's been an incredible effort from each and every one of these contenders. They've all done themselves proud in showcasing some of the most iconic and also some hidden gems when it comes to characters in this game that we all love, having brought this to life. This, I believe, is the people from the Novice category. We're going to bring the judges. Are we bringing everyone else on stage? Okay, we're standing by here waiting for the judges to come out with the final decisions. But again, cosplay is a really important part of this community. It's a really important part of this culture that we have here with Magic the Gathering. The cards are brought to life in a really unique and really important way. We see the multiverse explored in the art that appears on cards. We see iconic characters brought to life, their trials and tribulations told in the Magic story. But they're brought to life in a way that really is unlike any other when it comes to cosplayers specifically. So it's something that we're very grateful to be able to have and showcase here as part of the MagicCon Manor stage. And we're very lucky to have such dedicated and immensely talented community members who are able to make such immensely valuable contributions. Okie dokes. Once the judges are ready to join us up on stage with their final decisions, we will be getting underway with our awards ceremony. Once again, an award for the Novice category, an award for the Journeyman category, an award for the Expert category. You can tell that I am desperately filling here because my voice is wearing out a little bit and I'm starting to talk quite slowly because I'm not sure what the delay is or how long it will be. So the old voice does tend to just get a little bit more deliberate and more considered as we try to, again, desperately fill the time so there's not just dead air on stage. Thank you very much. I'm running out of things to ask you to applaud for. We could do another round of applause for the contestants. Why not? Oh, dearie me. Okie dokes. Well, it's been a terrific weekend so far. I hope everyone's enjoyed themselves. If this is your first MagicCon, I hope you've had a terrific time. If it's a MagicCon you've been to, if you've been to many MagicCons in the past, I know that you'll have had a great time because this one has been absolutely huge. Every single time, I've done a lot of these main stage hosting, Manor stage hosting events. Every single time we add more seats, and every single time it's not enough. Particularly when it comes to game nights. Oh, good, they're here. Oh, thank goodness. Oh,
Don't worry. I've come back to join you on stage.
Well, look, you did say very difficult decisions to be made by the three of you. Obviously, you had some very serious deliberations to get into.
You know, there is so much talent here in the cosplay contest. Every single contestant you see here on stage, all of the contestants we have still backstage, poured so much love and hard work into the cosplays that you see on stage. And so we are so excited. It was a tough choice. We had a lot of different things that we consider in technique and everything, and I think we are ready to announce our winners.
Let's go. Do you shall I do the honors, or are you going to do it?
We can go back and forth.
Oh,
Up
wait,
to
we
you.
go back and forth. All right,
Okay.
I'll set things up here with our first winner in the novice category, taking home a cool $1,500 in cold, hard cash, in addition to a medal and a badge to the final MagicCon of 2025. The best novice here at the MagicCon Las Vegas cosplay contest. Put your hands together for Steph Azdrana, the last blood chief.
Do you still have the microphone? Why don't you come up here on stage, show off your work. Anything you want to share with your adoring fans?
Thank you guys so much for. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you guys so much. This is my second time ever doing a competition, so I appreciate all of you. Thank you. This was so much fun.
Thank you again. And let's have one more huge round of applause for all of our entries into our novice category. They showed so much talent and so much skill.
All right, as we welcome now our Journeyman contestants onto the stage, if they want to make their way forward and come and join us here as we announce the Journeyman, the winner of the Journeyman category. Do you want to do the honors for this one? Please welcome them all to the stage, everyone. Put your hands together, our Journeyman contestants. Here they come. Oh, the doll's back.
Are you scared?
I'm fine. I'm a professional. I'll get through it. All right, here we go.
Our next award that we are sharing tonight is the Best in Journeyman category. It's our pleasure to award the Best in Journeyman category to Arcane Aura as Essica, God of the Tree. Come on up here to the X.
Okay, Nora, everyone. Essica, go to the tree.
Thanks. Oh my God. Sorry.
No, I was just giving you flowers. You've already got enough of them, but you know.
Yeah, well, yes.
You've got some pretty great flowers.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank
a huge moment for you, I imagine. You look a little bit stunned.
Yeah. Oh my, sorry. I'm like still trying to figure out.
Amazing work. Let's have one more big round of applause.
I don't have words.
Thank you so much. You're incredible. Let's hear it for all of our Journeyman contestants. Now, Riley, I think we get to bring a few more cosplayers back up on stage.
Yes, indeed. Let's welcome once again for the final time our expert cosplayers here as they come on stage. Please put your hands together one last time for our expert cosplayers. Here they come. And it's from this group of contenders here that we will crown our winner from the expert category. Again, taking home $1,500, a medal, and a badge to the final MagicCon in 2025. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the expert category. Step forward and receive your prize, Ari as Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice.
Is there anything you'd like to share?
Something I'd like to share? Thank you, everyone.
That's great. Thank you. Amazing work. Let's hear it for all of our expert contestants. But we're not actually done giving out awards.
No, we've got 2 more awards to give out here. We have our runner-up and we have our best in show. Would you like to do the honors for the runner-up?
I will.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Carefully hand you that.
Up next, we're going to award our runner-up Best in Show.
And what do they win, Anna Margaret? Let's remind ourselves
Well, let
of
me
that.
remind myself. The runner-up Best in Show is going to not only get $2,000 as a prize, but also a legendary weekend badge to the final MagicCon of 2025.
And we've got a little trophy. Well, I say little. We've got a spectacular trophy.
Do our
over
judges
here
want to
as
show
well.
off
Look
some
at
of
that.
these prizes here?
All right. Well, Anna Margaret, take it away.
Okay.
Who is our runner-up?
Without further ado, The winner of the runner-up Best in Show at MagicCon Las Vegas is Creative Kitty Studios as Najila, the Blade Blossom.
Oh, Anna,
Is there anything you'd like to share?
Sorry. I want to thank all the magic artists out there. Thank you for lending your talents to this game. Because of you, we get to see all these amazing people dress up as your creations. We truly love you. Thank you for all that you do. And I dedicate this award to my dear friend Celia. I love you dearly.
Well, we are reaching the conclusion of our show.
Yes, we have just one name left to read out here. The winner of the cosplay contest here at MagicCon Las Vegas 2025. Taking home $4,000 in prize money, 2 legendary weekend badges to the final MagicCon of 2025, and the prestige, the honor, the glory, and most importantly, the trophy that comes with this win. My friends, here.
They're just excited about this award.
Yeah. They say in situations like this, it's important to build tension, to keep people on tenterhooks. You know.
Don't worry.
And we'll be back with the winner after this short commercial break. No, quite seriously, my friends, it's a big moment. The winner of the 2025 MagicCon Las Vegas cosplay contest is Renegade Cosplay as Jaya Ballard.
Is there anything you'd like? Oh,
We're fine. Everything's fine. Hey, at least it didn't fall. What do I say now?
Whatever you'd like.
This is actually my very first MagicCon ever, and it's been a phenomenal experience. Everyone here is so nice and reminds me of the very first draft I did where I went all by myself. I'd never played Magic before, and the community, I'll just sum it up by saying it's about the gathering.
A well-deserved win here. Incredible effort from not just our winners, but all of our cosplay contenders. Once again, I know we've asked you to do it several times, but they deserve every inch of it, my friends. Please put your hands together. One final congratulations for all of our contestants here today. They have outdone themselves, showcasing the very best of their talents and skills and art. My friends, it's been my pleasure to host the Magic the Gathering cosplay contest here at MagicCon Las Vegas 2025. Thank you for being such a devoted and enthusiastic and understanding audience. It's been fantastic to have your company. We're going to wrap things up. I know many of our cosplay contestants are going to stick around for photos. If you'd like to do that, remember to remain respectful and look after these people. They've put in some hard yakka to be here today, so make sure that you make them feel comfortable and welcome and respected here, my friends. But thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone who has helped to contribute to the success of this event. Thank you to our judges as well one last time. Thank you very much to Lauren Bond, Anna Margaret, and Peachy Pop. But that's it.
Good night.
That's all she wrote today, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow at the Manor Stage. Good night.
Good night and thank you.